Hey guys, Blue here, and I want to talk to you guys about our next block of content. So, as we finish up Duelist Kingdom, we're about to start Battle City. So, the Duelist Kingdom wave has been going really nicely, and it finishes out the characters that we hadn't seen when Delta did a Duelist Kingdom wave at the beginning of this year. So now, if you take the two waves, it's pretty much all the characters from Duelist Kingdom, save from one or two that we felt were just a little too tricky for us to build. And you'll have most of the duels as well to watch through and recreate them. So, keeping with the whole recreation of the anime, we're going to be doing Battle City. So, starting December 22nd, Delta and I are going to be redoing match for match, or rather, duel for duel, all the games from the Battle City tournament in the anime. And this is going to bring a couple changes for this formatting. So one of the things is going to be, and this is one of the biggest change per se, is that we're going to be doing 4,000 life points. So Duelist Kingdom we did with the traditional 2,000. Battle City is going to be with 4,000. Now Delta and I have been hesitant for a while, despite getting a lot of requests for 4,000 life points, because it can tend to lead to shorter duels, sometimes, significantly shorter than you're hoping for. So while it is a little bit, problematic, we do want to do this a little bit more authentically. And speaking of authenticity, this tournament is really just us playing through all the duels from the anime. We're not going to have any actual real tournament aspect where winning and losing affects the results. We have gotten requests in the past to do tournaments for Battle City where we take like the top 8 characters and have them actually play out to see who would win. While that is not off the table, that is not what this is going to be. We're going to be just doing all of those from Battle City one at a time. No matter who wins or loses, it won't affect the order. But what's going to be a little bit different as well is that this block of content is going to follow a lot like the tournament we did about a year ago. Again, not that it's going to be a tournament, but in order to preserve the integrity of the winner, Delta and I will be doing one duel and taping it. A lot of our content releases will do a duel, maybe two, if the first one wasn't as satisfying, because we want to bring something more satisfying to the channel, something a little bit more energetic, more exciting. And we've actually had some really amazing games, in the second duel. But again, because we want to keep realistically who ends up winning, we're going to be taping one duel, and whoever wins it, is the winner. So it may come that you're going to see a couple or more than a couple duels that really aren't what you're hoping for. Is really a disparity based on decks built in real life versus the well-scripted anime. So between doing one take and having 4,000 life points, we're likely to get some really quick duels that are a bit more one-sided. But it also does give you an idea of how those two characters realistically pair up. But at the same time, that does not exclude us having really long, really competitive, really back and forth duels that are the stuff we love to see on the channel. To hopefully make the duels a little more competitive, though, we're going to be introducing a couple more aspects to the decks themselves. One of which is that all of our character decks for Battle City Tournament will be 40 cards strictly. That means some characters are going to get side decks, some characters are just going to get a little bit leaner deck, and some characters, most characters, are completely unaffected. So we're going to see, probably a little bit more dynamic aspect because it's going to be 40 cards. So while some characters won't have as many cards to go through, they'll also have access to some of their better cards. So additionally though, in order to kind of bring a little bit more accuracy to this tournament, a couple characters are going to have cards added to their decks that we have not used previously. And these are going to be cards that, while not from the anime, are similar in effect to cards from the anime that are not printed, that Delta and I would really like to bring to this this content. They're not necessarily going to stay around in the decks, but for the sake of redoing the Duelist Battle studies, some of which are some of the most popular ones already on our channel, from the months and the years past of us doing those. We're looking forward to seeing how the new cards play out in the decks. So again, this is going to be all new duels, all back to back to back to back. Many duels from Battle City we do already have on our channel, but these are going to be new with the new variants of the decks, the 4,000 life points. So it's just going to bring you even more content of some of those duels. Additionally, we've been playing with face-up defense, and that's something that you can expect to still see around for this. So we're hoping to make this more cohesive, more like the anime for this. Now, but because we're changing decks around, because we're refreshing some of the ones, we're going to be doing all new deck profiles following each character's last appearance. So, new deck profiles, some decks are going to be the same, some are going to be a little bit changed up. So if you've already seen a lot of our deck profiles, some of these are going to be repeats, but some of the videos were kind of old. We wanted to, tweak them anyway. So the new deck profiles, again, are going to be following the character's last appearance, which means characters like Yugi, Kaiba, and Joey, you will not see the deck profiles until the very end, where characters like Strings and Seeker, you'll expect their deck profiles just after they've lost to Yugi. Additionally, a character like Joey, whose deck profile will appear at the end, he's a character where in the deck profile we'll touch on everything, but you'll see his deck evolve. Because we're going to start off his first lead, he won't have any of his prize cards. So he won't have Jinzo or Insect Queen. He won't have any of those cards until he's beaten his respective opponents. So you'll see a little bit different of a Joey deck until he's earned those cards, which is where the deck we've built for him actually has been. So definitely stay tuned for the deck profiles, the duels. But this life point thing, for example, is just for this. When we go back to doing the mainstream duels and new releases, you can expect 8,000 life points again. But for this tournament, for this event, we want to bring a little bit more to it. So that's pretty much everything off the top of my head. Definitely stay tuned. So again, December 22nd is when that's starting. It's going to run for a little while because there's going to be a lot of duels, a lot of deck profiles, a lot of exciting stuff. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.